So I was talking to you, and I literally just said, like, literally. This is Jamie.
And I'm Vic.
And this is like, literally. We're going to be covering week 5, episode 5 of Charity Lawson's season of The Bachelorette. I think first I would like to market ourselves a little bit. I feel like this is something I kind of did at the end of last week, but for anyone listening out there, I mean, to let you know that we are on multiple platforms. If you're not happy with what you're currently listening to us on, we are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Just put in literally. Even YouTube, just search literally, one word, because I thought it would be very cool to have
pretty cool to have one word.
A one-word title on YouTube, even though it's 3 words on the other ones. But yeah, if you want to just head over there, if you want to give us any feedback, feel free. We like to
hear from you.
Yeah,
We'd like to hear your thoughts or anything funny.
Or complaints. We want to hear you shit on us as well.
That.
I guess we can do like a sort of weekly update. Anything dating related? Talking to anyone, Vic?
Maybe just keep my options open.
That's good. So the single life.
Yeah.
So are you enjoying being? You could go
Doing
on
The Bachelor.
You could go on The Bachelor, and you could be a perfect.
Yeah, I want to make sure I'm always available for The Bachelor in case I have it.
That is
any
true.
Auditions.
Well, you can go on the Golden Bachelorette, and they can hire some young people for the next season. I'm going to be very curious though what the age range is for the Golden Bachelor. If they're going to have any
that would be pretty funny.
Anyone younger. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not too different from you right now. I know last week I was doing a little bit of bragging, saying I was talking to multiple people. It's funny and sad how quickly that can just dry up. Because now I'm not talking to anyone. It's okay though. I don't know. I don't want to say I've gotten used to that because that's a really sad way of putting it. But it's I remember when I first started dating, how much rejection or feeling things not working out, how would that would crush
impact
me.
You.
Yeah, dude, that would it was very crushing.
That's the main thing you're worried about. That's why you're anxious, just for the rejection.
Yeah, I almost get so nervous before anything even happens because I'm oh man, this is gonna end badly, or there's no way I'm gonna win.
Yeah, you get way too much in your own head and you just think the worst,
which is very unhealthy. I mean, I think everyone is capable and deserving of being loved. That was sort of dating. Talked about on the episode today. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel coming from that point to where I am now, it's I don't think rejection's ever fun or just things not working out. But I don't know. I don't take it as badly now. It doesn't affect me for days to weeks on end. What about you?
Yeah, that's good. I'd say I try to be the same way.
Yeah.
Whether I am or not, I try to brush it off.
Yeah. Because we both have shared a lot of our dating experience and stories with each other and laughed and cried. About
We laugh, we cry.
It is funny though. I don't know how many experience or stories that we have that we shared with each other that at the time were some of them were pretty painful, and now I don't know. I don't know if this is the most mature way to go about it, but it's now we're just able to literally just laugh about them.
Yeah, I'd say that's healthy.
I think it's good. It's
to look back and see how far you've grown. Yeah.
Just completely mock ourselves and be what is wrong there? I wouldn't date that guy either. No, but yeah, I mean, I feel I do feel good that
literally.
Yeah, literally. I do feel good that I feel in a place where I feel more secure, I guess, with myself, and I don't need someone else to feel good about myself. If that
is
makes sense.
Good. Yeah, self-love. You shouldn't rely on other people to give you that.
All right. If you listen this far, reply #self-love. Any other thoughts, or would you like to get into the episode?
I'm ready.
Ready?
This is a pretty wild episode. A lot happened.
This is pretty good. Going to New Orleans. Have you ever been there?
No.
Would you like to go there? From what you saw in this episode, would you like to go there?
it seems pretty hot and humid and
Yeah.
swampy.
Yeah.
And the only thing you can eat is crawfish.
Crawfish and oysters, and you can hang out with alligators.
Yeah. Seems like a good time.
I would like to go there because I don't know. I mean, aside from like what this episode advertised, like I think the like, culture there does look pretty cool. Like the music, I think they showed a little bit on like Joey's date. It was literally just on the street, like people playing music. And everything. Very cool.
It's a big jazz hub.
Yeah, I do like a little bit of jazz.
I do like some jazz.
But I've had like crawfish like once, and like Cajun. I do like Cajun food, but crawfish I've only had once, and I remember like I don't know, it was kind of like shrimp.
Yeah, I've never had it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to relate to the New Orleans people over there. No, but it looked cool. Our men. It starts out with our just men sitting on the side of a street drinking something. I wonder how early in the morning it was and what they were drinking. Like, unless it was mimosas, is anything else fitting?
Straight vodka.
You're an alcohol connoisseur. You would know.
That's the perfect time.
Yes. I want them to just drink like straight up like rubbing out. No. So they're hanging out. Charity pulls up and tells them like, "Oh, first day here. Of course we're gonna have a date." Like,
yeah,
of course.
I know.
Of
what
course
else would you do?
And a horse carriage pulls up, and get a little bit of suspense as to who's gonna get it, but Joey ultimately ended up being the lucky one. Did you predict that, or who were you thinking it would be?
I was thinking it would either be like Aaron or Don.
Aaron, because Aaron was talking like throughout the entire episode about like hoping to get the next one, and then like every time one came, it wasn't him.
I know,
he
got none.
More and more frustrated. Yeah, I don't know. Joey was like a good pick, and then like both Sean and Tanner. I said like I think it was Sean specifically said like I feel overlooked. It feels like she doesn't even want to get to know me, and I was just like, yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, that's probably why you had no dates so far.
Yeah, and I mean, no offense to those guys, but like it probably is the case. Like she has a level of power here to where it's like, I don't know. Do you think that she gets to choose who gets what dates, or like do you think that the production of it all has like a say in things?
I don't know. I think the production definitely tries to push her in certain ways, and I don't know if they have the final say or she does, but I think I'd hope it's mostly her decision.
I would hope so too, because like it would be a little bit messed up if she says like, I want to go on a date with so and so next week, but then they're like, no, that's too bad.
You're going on a date with Sean.
You get a date with Sean. It's like, no, but I mean, yeah, if it is the case where like she gets to choose like who she goes on a date with, which would make sense, then yeah, I mean, she's choosing not to take Sean on a date or Tanner. And
that would make sense.
So I don't know. I just felt like, yeah, that was pretty rare. But Charity and Joey are hanging out. They both, I guess, just sort of keep saying like how comfortable and how easy it is with each other.
Right. Yeah.
How safe they feel. That is a important thing. I feel like in a relationship to feel
safe to express yourself. To talk
exactly.
To the other person
Yeah.
Without them judging.
Yeah. They get a walk around New Orleans. They talk to a psychic who I was just like, oh, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
This is going to be good.
Basically like reading a fortune cookie. Like you're about to be in a really good relationship.
One of you is manifesting like the other's future or something. It's like, okay. I don't know. The poem guy was a little bit more endearing. Go ahead.
He at least like incorporated like the things that they said into the poem, which is pretty cool.
Yes, I agree. I did have some questions, but I liked that he was like asking good questions to both of them of like, what do you see in the other one that like makes you so drawn and like these are like good questions to like make you reflect. what you like about the other person.
No, I definitely agree with those.
I do feel like it's somewhat of like a trap. You could easily just, if you have like, you know, good things to say, you could easily just like, those are the time to say them. But like, I don't know, those were like, I feel like deep questions, and they did give good answers. I don't know, the poem, first of all, this just shows how bad I am with like poems. But I was like, this doesn't read like a poem.
I know,
This is
I was
just
like, why isn't it
reading.
rhyming?
I need
it to rhyme
rhymes.
every sentence.
If this isn't like Dr. Seuss level of rhyming. I mean, okay. There was some things that were like reflected what they said in their answers, but like, this is just me being cynical, but like, is there any way that that poem was like pre-made ahead of time?
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay,
like,
good,
yeah.
good.
Written by Robert Frost.
Yeah, Mark Twain has made this poem. Well, it's like, because they talked about each other's eyes, and there was a line about eyes in there, but like, I don't know. It was more like profound, I guess, than their like words that it sounded more like a poet or an actual like author wrote it rather than two reality TV stars.
Yeah, it definitely had a level of professionalism.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, I think it was a very sweet poem. They both really liked it. Then we cut to the night portion.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there was some actual good questions that Charity brought up.
Yeah, I felt like their conversation was deeper than they normally go.
I mean, initially, she just asked about like, oh, what is your family gonna think about this and like me and stuff,
Right, the
like,
relationship.
And he wasn't worried. He said like, you know, that no concern basically.
Mm-hmm. They would be
like,
accepting,
yeah,
as long as you know
accepting.
they love each other or they show compassion for each other.
Right, that like, you know, love. If they can see how much like I care about you and stuff, how you make me feel, then they'll be supportive. But then she does sort of specify like, well, what about when it comes to like an interracial relationship? Because it seemed like she was talking about previous experiences, like like she had been in one and the challenges that came up. I don't know if she was talking about personally or if it was just like a general.
Yeah, she did bring up about her own personal experience with another like interracial relationship in the past. And
like how she said like that's the first thing people notice is that they're you know, opposite.
And the guy was kind of clueless as to, you know, the problems and the other side of the factor.
And I actually appreciated like Joey's honesty about it, because he even said like he's never dated a black woman before, so he can't really like assume what it would be like.
And he did say that like he has no idea, but he's willing to be there and learn.
But I mean, he kind of again just sort of like reaffirmed, you know, but like the way I feel about you, and if we feel the same way about each other, like that is what's important. That will sort of trump everything else.
Mm-hmm. And I thought, that was a perfect thing for him to say.
And he said that, like, you know, his family would still, like, despite even that reason, like the interracial aspect, you know, if he even said, like, if they see a problem with it, then they're crazy, you know. So I was like, that's good, fight back. Even, like, no evidence of that yet, but he's, like, standing potentially even with her over her family if that is an issue, the race aspect. But
right, yeah,
I don't know. I feel like that was a very honest conversation.
Definitely, yeah, something that would eventually come up, and it's good to get on top of.
Something that needs to be talked about. But yeah, I mean, she really appreciated his response. She said that he makes her just totally feel seen, and he ended up getting a rose, which. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of thought like if he's getting a date, he's getting a rose. But so then we get oh wait, we didn't even say that. Like he does say at the end of their date that he is falling in love with her. He tells her, and I was kind of like, you know, waiting. I was more interested in her response. Like, is she going to say it back? How is she going to respond? And she didn't say it back, but she seemed pretty happy about it. So like. But at that point, I was like, "Oh,
I know.
Is anyone else going to say the same thing? And is she going to say it back to them? Because like that's a pretty telling sign. Like that could point out, who she's feeling.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But like ultimately she didn't end up. But like then it was just down to like, all right, who was she like most excited to hear say that? But I don't know if she really seemed to like Joey saying that. So it gives me a bit of inkling that he's going probably
the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely really liked his answers and him saying that at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. Overall, I think a good
It was
day.
very strong, yes.
Yeah. But then we get a little bit of a surprise because it brings us back to the boys sitting in the hotel room and they're talking it out, and then knock at the door, another date comes. A date card, yeah. And it's like, who's going to be on it? And it is a surprising...
It is pretty surprising.
A surprising 2-on-1 date.
Right.
So not a 1-on-1 and not even just like a regular 1-on-1 or a group date, but like, no, a 2-on-1.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something that like surprised me more because I know that you haven't really seen the show.
Yeah,
but I was telling you,
this is the first time I've seen them do this.
Yeah, I was telling you that like typically a 2-on-1 is between two people, like on this show, who are like enemies. Like they don't like each other, and the whole storyline of them is like the lead is going to pick one of them over the other, and like that's sort of like the winner of it. But they're like, in this situation, it didn't really seem like Sean and Tanner didn't have any sort of beef with each other. Like there was no competition to it, really.
Right, yeah. They seemed fine, like, together. I think it was really like the bottom two people.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it was really just between like most likely her like least two that she was like interested in.
Yeah, see who survives,
but
which was not many.
Sean was like pretty annoyed by this. Like
he was visibly upset.
He was saying like I want a one-on-one, but then he was saying like I'm gonna make the most of this. I'm gonna get super competitive, which was weird. And he said, I'm gonna win. And it's like
he wanted to win.
He was treating it like a competition, like a game or whatever. And it's like, I don't know, like this show is supposed to be about like falling in love and stuff, but
true
like
love.
I guess the format of it is like a competition, sort of. But like I feel like if you're in it, you shouldn't feel like that. You shouldn't feel like you're trying to win.
You should just like make a connection with the girl and not try to one up the other guy.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh no, I wouldn't like fall in love. It's not I want to win and like get all of the roses or whatever. But so they go on a 2-on-1. They get a tour through the bayou, New Orleans. That was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
That would be a cool thing to do. I don't know, like, I mean, the scenario is probably pretty awkward, but like.
And they did bring in a new character.
Oh yeah,
which I really like.
My favorite character, Captain Tom.
Yes,
Captain Tom. He has all the jokes.
I know, he really does. He's been doing this a long time. He's a very good comedian.
Oh yeah.
And tour guide.
Yeah, he was great. Like I don't know if it was Tanner or Sean said, like, made a joke saying like, oh yeah, I want to like feed one of the gators, and like Captain Tom's like, oh yeah, you can feed him once. Like, meaning like, yeah, you'll be the food, bro.
That was pretty good.
You'll get chomped. Or like when they interview Captain Tom like afterwards, and he's like, well, if Charity don't like pick one of these two guys, I'm open.
He was offering himself as tribute.
He put him on Paradise at least.
I know.
Put him on Bachelor in Paradise. But it was a fun date. It was, I don't know, it just kept highlighting like both Tanner and Sean on like who they think is doing better, and Sean's like super confident. Tanner's like, oh yeah, Sean's talking a lot. He's definitely trying to one up me. Is I got to step my game up. And then it just like doesn't really show like Charity all that much. And then when it does like show her talking about it, it's like, which one do I like more? I don't know, it wasn't like really thoughtful.
Yeah, it never really gave a clear answer of like who was doing better or who she liked more. It's pretty much just like both of them flopping.
It really felt like she wasn't into either of them all that much, and that, I don't know, again, but like that makes me think that like she wouldn't be the one to like choose this date,
Right. Like, why would she want to go on a date with her least two people?
Yeah,
least
bottom
favorite two
picks.
people. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, this one was definitely set up to try to, get the momentum going with her dealing with.
Yeah, maybe some potential drama.
Yeah.
But like that's where I feel like this was pretty like if that was the plan, I don't know, it just doesn't work because like for it to be effective or like an effective dramatic 2-on-1, the guys or whoever's on it need to kind of not like each other, and that just wasn't there
Right.
between
Yeah, they're just
Sean and
indifferent.
Tanner. But when we get to the night portion, I don't know. I was like nitpicking or not nitpicking, but I was like grasping at straws where I'm like, does she like either of these guys? Like, oh, she asked to talk to Sean first. Does that mean anything? Truthfully, it probably doesn't. I don't know. Probably not. But
Yeah, I imagine the order probably doesn't matter as much.
she talks to Sean. Sean says like, I'm afraid to like, I'll end up getting crushed in this, but I'm willing to take the risk. Like, you're worth it. But that was the main part of the conversation I really liked. But then Tanner was feeling like a little bit insecure.
Right, yeah. This is when he decided to go up into her room and talk to her.
No, that was at the end, wasn't it? That was when he got like eliminated.
Oh, okay. This is before that.
Yeah, this is still the date. So like after the Sean conversation, Tanner goes gets a conversation with Charity, and that's where he opened up about his past relationship. He said when he was 24,
right, yes.
in a relationship for 3 years before he had an argument with the girlfriend, and the girlfriend went to Florida, probably to fucking meet Sean or something, because Sean's in Florida. But then she just never came back. Like that. That's like ultimate ghosting.
I know.
Bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. Like that you didn't get a response from the girl. I'm sorry that you didn't get a response from the girl on the app last week. But try dating for someone for 3 years only to literally never hear from them again out of nowhere. That's like hardcore.
Yeah, that is pretty big.
That puts things into perspective. All right, I feel better about myself now about like someone not texting me back.
I know. At least you dodged that potential bullet.
Yeah, dude, that really sucks. That would be like, they like glazed over that, and I feel like that was like something, if that happened to me, that would like probably like close me off.
I know,
from, like,
at
dating.
least 5 years of therapy.
Yeah, oh man, I would head straight into therapy. I would be,
The emergency room.
oh yeah, gosh.
That would be really difficult to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that sucked. I mean, pour one out for Tanner, I guess. I mean, he seems like he's grown from it, hopefully, and he seems in a good place. I actually like Tanner. He didn't get a whole lot of screen time, but he seemed
pretty cool.
He seemed cool.
He never caused anything or said any
maybe
drama.
Maybe he'll get a second chance in like Paradise as well. I would root for him.
That would be pretty cool to see him again. And then comes the decision of the roses.
Oh yeah, and it's like this super tense moment of like, oh, which one of these guys is going to get sent home? Oh, neither of them.
Yeah, actually, none of you.
You're both safe, but not really, because I don't like either of you. I'm just prolonging the inevitable.
I know.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of thought I don't know, because I almost want to say I'm like super smart and like know this show super well, because I'm like, I don't really think either of them are going to get it, because that would mean that either at that point we didn't know that, I don't think that Dotun was getting a one-on-one, but so that would mean that like Dotun, Aaron, and Xavier one of them potentially wouldn't get a rose. And it's like, that was just hard to imagine that like either Sean or Tanner would get a rose over one of them.
Right. Yeah, because they're definitely a lock-in from the looks of it.
So neither of them get a rose, and then we cut back to the boys, and Aaron just again talking about how insecure he is, how annoyed
he's always bringing that up.
Yeah, he said
how he
like,
needs more time.
Needs more time. He keeps saying like the only thing that's keeping him going was that first one-on-one. I don't know, man. I liked Aaron at first, but like ever since this whole thing with Braden, I'm not feeling him anymore.
I know, yeah, he's starting to get a little too much.
Because he was supposed to be the good guy, and Braden was supposed to be the bad guy of that whole situation.
But they just came out both bad.
Yeah, they both came out bad. Where it's Aaron just couldn't stop going after him, and just even when he was literally getting sent home, just attacking him, verbally attacking him when he's Braden's already sitting in his bus or van or whatever trying to leave, and Aaron is basically just not letting him go.
I know he needs to get in a couple more insults.
It's just grow up, bro.
I know.
I don't know. Yeah, but I didn't feel bad for Aaron. I'm glad that Dotun got the next one-on-one date.
Call him Dayton.
Dayton. Oh, ooh. We got jokes here.
Do a little comedy.
But yeah, I liked it. A little bit surprising, I guess, since he got a date literally last week. He got a one-on-one date 2 weeks in a row. And then Sean voicing his
he did not
frustration with that. He even said that his date sucked, which I was like, you're in the moment right now and you're letting your emotions speak for you, but that's I mean, I understand where he's coming from. But that's pretty hardcore to just say the date sucked.
Yeah, and then it cuts to Tanner, and he's like, "Yeah, I thought it went pretty well."
Yeah, it's all things considered. It's yeah.
I think he definitely had the better attitude, Tanner.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I'd kind of like to see Sean in Paradise too.
Yeah, he's definitely a very interesting character.
I mean, Braden's probably going to be there too. I almost kind of want Braden to go to Paradise and do well. To just kind of have I don't know, redeem. I don't feel like he fully needs to redeem himself, honestly. But if he can go on Paradise and then have success, I feel like that would be one of the best turnarounds, because I feel in most people's eyes he probably is a villain, I guess. And that's at least what he's portrayed to be. But
yeah, that's definitely how they showed him.
But if he comes, I mean, people have done that before, where a villain of a season goes on Paradise and then they have a successful whatever run on that, and then people are all of a sudden a fan of him. So I don't know. I feel like Braden could do that, or Sean, but I don't feel like Sean was horrible.
Right, he didn't come out as much as a villain.
Yeah. But then Dotun's date. Dotun had a pretty simple date. At first, I mean, I don't know, man.
I know.
He gets dragged on to do a marathon.
Yeah, that seemed pretty wild.
The Crescent City Classic, a fun run. I wonder how long it is.
I know. I was thinking, is it an actual marathon?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
But I like how they both start running, and then it cuts to moments where they're then just walking. I was like, dude, I'd be walking that entire thing.
And then drinking beer.
Eating oysters or whatever mid-marathon. You trying to make me throw up?
I know, that's horrible.
They get a chat with some of the locals. Everything I just put for that. I just put everyone's trying to get their time on TV.
I know, everyone wants to say at least their one line.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I didn't. Whatever. I didn't value a whole lot of that stuff, but I liked their night portion quite a bit. Dotun opened up just saying, being honest that he's scared of this. He said that he felt in most past experiences, big things that he wanted or things that he was trying to accomplish or whatever, that he just would fall short. So he has a fear of failure now. Right.
Yeah. And things being too good to be true and not deserving.
Yeah, that he doesn't deserve it. Yeah. And then Cherry just says she sort of hypes him up, saying no, you we both deserve it. We both deserve to find love, to be happy. And so they had a good conversation.
They really did. And then Dotun,
he drops the L word as well.
He does. He says the L word.
He says that he's falling in love. She again doesn't say it back.
But she has a very positive reception of it.
Who do you think she had a better reaction to, Dotun or Joey?
Probably Dotun.
I think so too.
Yeah, I felt I think she was even crying.
She was very emotional.
Very impacted by that.
I put that, she seems happier with him saying it. But so he gets a rose, cuts back to Aaron, still complaining. Every time we see him, he's literally just complaining.
Always something to say.
then you know, I mean, everyone seems to be like not doing well though. Sean starts spiraling.
Mm-hmm. He starts getting worried.
And this is when he decides to like, even it showed a little interview with Xavier saying like, oh yeah, Sean's not taking this well. I'm worried he might do something crazy. Cuts to Sean going to Charity's room.
I know.
Yeah, he pulls up to her room, and I don't know, their conversation felt a little bit weird because
she did not seem receptive at all to anything he said.
It seemed like he thought, maybe he even was like trying to be super genuine and just upfront. Open. But I don't know. I just put that he seems super focused on the like roses. Like, why do you care so much about having a rose on your chest before the rose ceremony? Like, I am not in Sean's position. I'm sure like that probably is a sense of validation, but it's like he's talking more about like roses rather than like their relationship. Like their relationship, the end goal of like a successful relationship, and he's more concerned or focused on
about
like
the whole
roses.
Game. Yeah.
But then he also says that he's falling in love, and I was like, this one wasn't as good of timing though.
Mm-hmm. She did not feel comfortable when he said that.
Like, dude, the vibe was like completely different compared to like Dotun's and Joey's, and then like her reaction was, oh man,
that would have hurt. Yeah.
And you know, she says that like, you know, that there's better connection. She literally said that, you know, I have just like stronger connections. And I don't know, he was making it super like awkward and difficult for her to like.
Yeah, she was really pushing her.
He was like, oh, but you know, if you just give us the one-on-one time, I know that like it'll be a possibility. I don't want you to give up on this. And then she just says like, no, like I can't get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just shut him down immediately.
Which I think is fair. I mean,
I do feel that's fair.
Just be honest. I mean, she wasn't hurtful or mean in any way about saying it. She was just, I feel like it was just honest, which I feel like best thing you can ask for. And he cries. Did that surprise you? That Sean?
It did, especially then too. After that,
I mean, again, I'm not inside Sean's head, but it's like, do you believe that he was really, as he said, falling in love with her? Like, do you think that he honestly had that strong of feelings for her?
I feel like he really wanted to win.
Yeah, that's that's probably pretty true. Sean's a winner.
He is a winner.
I did bring up to you, I don't know if anyone has like heard about this. I haven't even read a whole lot about it, but I guess there is a little bit of controversy surrounding Sean's
you
dad.
did tell me about this.
Yeah, again, I'm not probably the best source, but I read a few things that I don't know, that his dad has done some very questionable and
he's like a manager, or
he's like his dad is in New York, and I don't know if he's in like business, I think, or it was like maybe even like politics, but he's supposedly asked like a woman for like nudes. It's always very weird.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think there was a money related thing where he was even like accused of like embezzling money. It's like,
that's pretty
this
serious.
is like very weird, and
I
like
know.
I don't know. Maybe it's not true. Maybe it is. I haven't read enough, so I'm not the best source. I probably should have just kept my mouth shut. Now Sean's gonna not like me because I brought it up, and I don't know if it's true.
We won't be able to get him on the podcast.
Yeah, sorry, anyone who wanted to listen to Sean, he's not coming on anymore.
At least Charity didn't get to meet his parents.
Oh, yeah. Oh man,
that would have been really weird.
Oh gosh,
that is all true.
Would she even meet his dad?
Oh yeah, he's away.
I wonder. Cause I don't even know how recent these like accusations about his dad are, but like, what if like it was what if Sean like knew about it and was like, I don't know, like what if he like didn't want her to like even like meet his dad?
Wow, yeah, that would be pretty wild.
I don't know, but he seemed like, according to him, he was falling in love. So that's just a weird scenario though. But
that is very strange.
Yeah, he goes home. I put, Sean's probably heading to paradise as well, though.
Yeah, I could definitely see him still being on a different Bachelor show.
Who do you want most? Who do you want to see most on Paradise between?
Like Caleb.
Cool. That is a good choice. I was gonna say between like Sean, Tanner, or Braden, but Caleb. Yeah. Oh man,
Caleb
he's a
and
good
Braden,
choice.
yeah.
Caleb and Braden, I agree. Sean is, I don't know. Sean's a silly character. He's. I kept calling him the kid from Step Brothers, but Braden did totally beat me with his like comparison to Prince Charming from Shrek.
Yeah,
Oh man, when I actually
see
like looked at the photo, them side by side, I was like, oh,
it's 1-to-1.
that's spot on. That's even better. Yeah, I want to see. Honestly, I would see like all of those guys to go to Paradise. Braden and Caleb for their potential drama, or at least Braden for the potential drama, and then like Caleb and Sean for their humor, I guess, and then Tanner to like have someone likable to root for, you know.
The strong, silent type.
Yeah. Then we get the like group date. The final thing is a group date between, it was Sean, Tanner,
And
Xavier and Aaron. But
yes.
yeah, then Sean had to go to talk to Charity before that, and he got eliminated. So then it was down to just Xavier, Aaron, and Tanner. So definitely an odd one out there as far as like who has like strongest connection. Yeah, I mean, I felt bad for him in that moment.
I know, yeah, just a slow death.
Yeah, but so, yeah, Charity pulls Aaron first. Aaron basically, I mean, he even tells her about how his bad week, so to speak, about like him getting jealous of the other guys getting time or whatever, and felt like, you know, I wanted that time. But he's not worried about taking her home to meet his family despite that or whatever, and despite like not having a lot of good recent time with her.
Right, and he managed to save the convo by talking about like their connection and how strong it is.
I almost wish he would have like brought up like Braden again. I'm just feeling like, I'm just, you know, ever since last week, I'm just glad you got rid of that guy. Can you believe you kept him around for that? I'm just like,
I know.
Then I would have been like, oh yes, Tanner, please let Tanner get chosen for the fourth spot. But yeah, no, he totally saved it. And then Tanner's whole conversation with her is like, isn't it funny how like our first one-on-one would be like when you come back to meet our family? I was like, oh, wow. He just highlighted the moment like that, like
she decided
not to bring him home. Yeah, I mean,
it's set up for a pretty brutal takedown.
Yeah. Xavier's conversation was, I think, the most dramatic. I guess, I don't know if that's the best word for it. But
yeah, he decided to be like completely honest with his feelings, his doubts.
Yeah, he's scared to commit to one person forever. He said that he'd never done it before, and I was like, that's a weird thing to say. Like, obviously, if you haven't committed to one person, like, and you're on The Bachelor, like, yeah, that kind of tracks.
Yeah, I know, that's what we're all expecting.
Like, I would hope that you're not like married to someone right
marriage, now. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if that's what he meant, or just like if he meant like he hadn't had a real serious relationship.
I could see that. Yeah, this is his first time.
But and he even says like he's not sure if that's gonna be Charity, but he is
willing to try.
He thinks he can get there. Right. I don't know. I just put that like this seemed to like scare Charity quite a bit.
Yeah, she did not like that.
She was visibly shaken by it. What does this mean? What does that mean? How do you read that? Do you think with her reaction? I mean, because that was a visible reaction. It made me think like, oh shoot, like I think she actually might like Xavier more than we realize. At least I realize.
That is a good take from it. My perspective was that she didn't feel like he was trying enough or admitting to not like try the process of getting to know her. I mean, yeah, that he's still questioning whether, oh yeah, like, you know, he's not pursuing
right
when he should be. or just taking a long time on it.
Yeah, like questioning. Yeah, I mean, I guess she could probably think like, is he doubting me?
Right, in our
relationship. Yeah. I mean, yeah, and that seemed to really shake her quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because personally, I still have Dotun as my front runner.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I think even to a degree, I still had Joey over Xavier. But I don't know, like her reaction to Joey saying that he's falling in love with her was positive. But then, like, I don't know, does her negative reaction to Xavier, like sharing this, like being like, does that counteract that? Like, is it the same level of like, is she just as upset about hearing him say that as she was excited to hear Joey? Or is she like more scared about Xavier saying this? Which I don't know. I'm doing like mental gymnastics right now.
That does seem like a lot. It's hard to compare.
Probably don't have no idea what I'm saying.
But I had Xavier higher than Joey. But I feel like if I could redo it, I'd put Joey up higher now.
Really? Despite Charity's reaction to Xavier.
Well, that's why I'm putting him down. He was up, but I think Joey passed him.
Do you think that Xavier sharing that now is like scared Charity to the point of being like, oh yeah, I don't know if I want to risk this with Xavier?
Possibly. I'd say like their next interaction would be like the make or break of that.
That is true. Yeah, that
if it doesn't go like really well, I feel like,
and it's gonna be hometowns too, so it's gonna be like they'll have like a little bit of time, like a date before she meets his family, but then she's gonna be thrown into the mix with his. It looked like from the preview that it's gonna be his parents, at least his parents.
It did seem like that.
Yeah, and then like I think it even showed that like she asked his mom, like, do you think that he's truly ready? And there was a little bit of suspense to hear what his mom had to say. It didn't really show her.
Right.
I think it said like showed her saying like, well, if I'm gonna be completely honest,
and then just
like cut it to like someone else, and I was like, like, is that? I don't know. Are they trying to blow smoke?
I know.
Like, is that going to be legit, or is it going to be like,
good?
Yeah, like if I'm going to be completely honest, I think he is ready to get down on one knee right now, or something like that, or it's all sweet or whatever. But I don't know. But that is a good point. I think their next conversation probably has to be about like him being willing to commit.
Exactly. Yeah. Build the relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. And so then she does decide to give out the first of 2 roses. And I guess in that moment, I wasn't surprised it was Aaron because he had the best, I think, conversation.
Definitely out of those conversations.
But then she withholds the second rose again.
I know. She doesn't want to give it out yet.
Yeah. But then ultimately it seems like Tanner, I think that's when he goes to her
room.
Her room, I think, and sends him home. Not surprising. I mean, again, I don't know, like despite what Xavier said, it still just seems like
it wasn't working. It was all like she was gonna get rid of him eventually.
Yeah, I mean, like with Tanner, it's like he comes in like, oh hey Tyler. I mean Tanner. It's like, yeah, dude, like probably doesn't even get his name right half the time. No, I mean it's probably not that bad, but it's like she has had good quality time even with Xavier, and then with Tanner, it's like, I gotta hang out with you and Sean.
I know, it was a chore.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Gosh. But so
she was babysitting him.
Oh my gosh. Taking your 2 kids out to see some alligators with Captain Tom.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah. So then it just shows Xavier. I don't know why I thought it was still going to be a rose ceremony. Well, I was thinking that when she withheld the second one, that it would go to a ceremony where it would make it a little bit more traumatic.
I'm pretty sure they said that too. Like it'll be revealed.
Oh yeah, but then I think it makes sense then that Tanner going to her room and then getting sent home. That it would be weird to just have Xavier standing up there with the other guys, and it's like, okay, I have one rose left to give, and there's only one of you left.
I wonder who it's going to.
I mean, she did say, like, when giving it to him, she kind of played the, like, very, she dropped a little bit of suspense where she said, like, I don't need to give this rose out, but I want to. Like, well, obviously.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, why? I mean, honestly, why wouldn't you?
Right, yeah. Why not keep more people around? Might as well.
Dude, that is, like, the other thing, too. It's, like, this season, again, you're probably not even, like, able to tell, but, like, this season has felt very short. Like,
it has seemed quick.
It only started with 25 guys, and now going into episode 6, we are already into, like, the final 4 hometowns. If I'm correct, like, I remember, I think, looking at the past, like, I think couple seasons, hometowns wasn't until, I think, like, episode 8 in, like, the past few seasons.
Wow.
So, like, even going into episode 6, there would still be more than, like, however many guys started this week, more than 6.
Yeah.
It's just, like, crazy.
That's crazy how fast they did it then. Why do you think that is?
I wonder, that's what I was going to say. I wonder if it is intentional. Like, I wonder if it has to do with potential, I don't know, Bachelor in Paradise filming. Like, they want to get to that sooner. Or I guess it would make sense the Golden Bachelor.
Right,
They have that one to do.
Mm-hmm, that's a major one for them.
I mean, yeah, if they're going to be doing the Bachelor in Paradise and the Golden Bachelor in the next, like, few months, I guess, yeah, kind of. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of just feels like she's getting screwed, though. But I guess if she gets a happy ending, it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she
seems to really like all the guys.
Yeah,
left.
I mean,
they have good time.
Yeah. None of that matters. The length of the season, number of guys doesn't matter if she ends up actually engaged and with her person.
Right.
But,
and they marry at the end.
Yeah, and then they get married, have kids, fairy tale ending, and then
divorce 3 months later.
Yeah, divorce 3. Gosh. I mean, that is the fear, dude. I mean, I like this show, and I want to root for, like, couples when they end up together, but it's like...
That would be the best outcome.
The track record is not great. I mean...
Would you say only, like, 1 or 2 couples have stayed?
Like, in recent years, it seems like the trend is they end up together, but separate after, like, a few months, after the show finishes. Right. And, like, I think... If we go back, like, the past 5 years of The Bachelorette, like, I'm going to name some names here that you probably don't know, but Gabby and Rachel's season was last season of The Bachelorette. Neither of them are still with their final picks. Before that was Michelle. She is no longer with her final pick. Katie, no longer with her final pick. Who was it before that? Oh, Claire and Tayshia also had, like, a weird 2 Bachelorette season. Neither of them are with their final pick. Hannah Brown, not with her final pick. I mean, dude, it's like,
that does not look good.
That's just for the Bachelorette, too. I feel like Bachelor might be even, like, worse. But
wow.
But, yeah, I mean, I want to have, like, faith in the relationships.
Process.
Yeah. Like, I want these people to, like, work out because it makes it... That's what, like, draws me in to think, like, oh, shoot, like, this can work. I can be like Caleb last week where it's like, this process works.
It just follow the process.
Someone
you want to learn from it. You want to become better.
Yeah.
But it just shows you what not to do.
If I have a conversation with, like, someone who's never seen before, I can have, like, a heated argument. This show works. I'm, like, either screaming or crying. Like, it works. I'm telling you, it works. They get married. So I want to go on the show. No, I mean, dude, it makes me, like, I would totally go on the show without a doubt. No questions asked.
Right. It would be a good time. But you wouldn't expect to actually have, a marriage at the end.
Even if like, I, for whatever reason, get picked.
Right, they'd make a mistake or something.
Yeah, like, oh shit, I picked that guy. It would be like Jesse Palmer when he was the Bachelor, when she accidentally calls the wrong name at a rose ceremony. It's Jamie just got a rose. Like, shoot, I meant to say James. Not Jamie.
Poor Jamie.
People right now are just being like, oh, it makes sense why he doesn't go on many dates. He must have horrible self-esteem right now. No, I don't know. This show would be a blast to go on, but I would have like multiple therapy sessions like scheduled for when I get back.
I know, yeah, just to decompress.
I don't know. I like this episode though. I felt like
It was a very good episode.
I
a lot of
enjoyed
action.
it. I enjoyed that there actually was a bit more focus on like romance, because like the past couple episodes, especially last week, the whole Braden and Aaron stuff, past couple weeks, have just been like, it's fun to watch, but it's like, again, this is
the point of the show.
This is the point, and you know, we want some successful relationships here, so I was glad to see like some more romance. Yeah, I'm still rooting for Dotun. He's my number one pick. If not, I'm applying to be on the Bachelor, so I can somehow try to get on his season and date him. No, I mean, I think she picks him.
Yeah, definitely.
I think then either Xavier or Joey is the runner-up, and then I think between those two guys, whichever one doesn't get picked. I mean, this is assuming I'm right about Dotun, but if Dotun gets picked, I would think either Xavier or Joey will be the like next Bachelor.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I could definitely see that.
What about you? Any changes? I mean, we have our final four. Who do we think goes home next week? I guess I indirectly said I think Aaron goes home next week. I guess I'm picking Joey, Xavier, and Dotun for my final three.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I think Aaron or Xavier.
I mean,
I'll go Xavier because you're going Aaron. I think Xavier.
Yeah, they had a weird conversation that could but he potentially might have shot himself in the foot with this scared to commit. And she said like, I don't know if it was in the previews or if it's already happened in the past episode where she said like, I'm not looking for a boyfriend, I'm looking for my husband.
Right. Yeah, she wants to go all the way.
She is looking for forever.
Mm-hmm. And he did not seem to deliver. It's very worrying.
Yeah. I don't know. Xavier is likable. I've fully changed my mind about him, as I've said. Like, I'm a Xavier fan. I just appreciate that he's honest about that, honestly, because
I do like that. I think that was a very good move for him.
Honestly, kind of similar to what Braden was saying though, where he's like, "Oh, I'm afraid to like get engaged or whatever at the end of this."
Right, he did mention that a lot.
Yeah,
which is also which is good.
Yeah, I mean, it's honest because I feel like it's very true.
Yeah, and then I think Charity really liked that about Braden. That's why.
Yeah, I mean,
they were like, he went on like the first couple of dates because he was just being honest with her.
Yeah, she respected the honesty, but I guess like felt that he wasn't fully honest in the end.
Yeah, I mean, he failed at the end, but early on he was doing good.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I appreciate Xavier's honesty about that. Like, it's a very risky thing to say, but like, I don't know, if he ends up being her final pick, I feel like that's something that she would, I don't want to say overlook, but just be like, I don't know. Do you think that she has her final pick already chosen? Like, do you think she knows who it's going to be? I feel like
probably. I imagine
so.
She does. But I'm also thinking like she does care about like family and stuff like that. So that might also be really important for her to connect with the person's family.
Right.
So I don't know if she's holding off for that, but I feel like she definitely has like a strong idea.
And then like when she gets down to the final two, they'll meet her family. And so she's probably going to want like her final two. At that point, I'm fully convinced she'll have someone chosen already.
I can imagine that.
And then she almost, I feel like, might bring the second one like as someone she might think like that her family wouldn't approve of as much, so that she could like almost have that as a reason for not choosing them, or just feel like, again, reaffirmed like, oh, the one I do like is my family approves of.
Okay, that would be interesting.
It would be more interesting if the person she wants though isn't approved
Right,
of. That would be the
boy.
drama. Yeah,
That would be wild.
that would be, and that could be a Xavier. That could be Xavier.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
could definitely be him or Aaron.
Aaron's just, I don't know. Aaron's not a bad boy. He's just annoying.
Yeah, that is true.
No, but like the easy, safe ones are like Dotun or Joey, I think, as of right now. I mean, I guess like Joey, I guess, could be the potential, like, again, with his family, if there is concern about like not supporting the interracial relationship, but
Yeah, no, that could definitely break
I
it.
would be very surprised.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Joey's family, the one, like his dad came out.
Right,
and his-
yeah, so
yeah.
it would be pretty wild if they
I
weren't.
feel like it just seems like he comes from a very accepting family. Like it would not track if like that happened, like if his childhood happened, but then like his parents are now like, oh no, like we don't want you dating like a black girl. That would be fucking crazy.
That
dude.
would
That
be.
would not make like any sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I see it more being with like Xavier if like he does make it to like final 2 or something where like then he meets Charity's family and like Charity or him tells like Charity's mom or dad saying like, yeah, like this is totally scary. I'm not sure if I'm totally scared to like commit to someone forever. Like
Yeah, that would definitely
that
shoot
would be
himself in the foot.
Yeah.
You'd
But
be off
again,
right then.
again, if he's the pick though, if he's the one that she wants to be with, that would be some good drama though.
That would be good.
I almost want to put him in the top 2 now just because I want that to happen. But Don's still my pick. If he doesn't win, I want him to be the next Bachelor. I feel like he's very likable. I feel like he's very just honest. He seems pretty genuine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would definitely make a good bachelor.
You want him next, or who would be your pick for Bachelor?
Yeah, either him or Xavier.
Him
I'd
or
say.
Xavier, not Joey.
No.
Joey's a little too safe, I think.
Yeah, I
almost.
want someone more extreme.
Xavier would be a super good storyline where it's like if he doesn't end up with like let's say Charity is the one he's willing to get engaged to, but then she rejects him. It's like, oh man, the one time I'm fully open to like committing, I get shut down. And now it's like, can I ever recover?
Who knows?
Like, sure, but I get to date 30 women first.
Yeah.
I want to propose to all of them, so I always have options. I don't know. Yeah, I think that would be interesting. I think a fun choice though would be like, I don't know, who would be your fun choice? That would be fun to watch purely just
like
for
Caleb.
Caleb, I think is.
Yeah.
Braden would be.
That would. I think it would be entertaining for the first episode.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of old.
Yeah, that's true. Caleb's a good choice though. Or where's Chris, the jumper?
Yes.
All of his dates are jump themed.
I know. At the jump to your table.
Like, yes, today we're going to be bungee jumping. Today we're going to be jumping, cliff jumping or something. I don't know. Something. It's just all jump related, but I don't know. I'm rooting for Dotun. He's my pick for whatever. If he doesn't win, I want him to be the Bachelor. I think that's covered it.
Yeah.
The previews again were mostly just hometown related drama. It's hard
just the family. Yeah.
It seems like she sends someone home at the end of the episode. I mean but that's what she's supposed. But it seemed like there was a little bit of drama surrounding that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was like crying. It wasn't easy for her to do that.
Yeah, no. I mean, any breakup, I think at this point, even if she has someone picked out, it's
gonna be hard.
It's gonna be tough, so it's expected. But yeah, I don't know. I found it difficult to really tell, like, what's gonna happen.
Who it was, yeah.
I'm excited though. I think Aaron will be going home. I think she could be that upset about sending Aaron home.
I could see that.
Or Xavier.
Either or.
Xavier. I mean, it remains to be seen. But yeah. My final thing was Aaron. My final comment about Aaron. Under his name, whenever it shows his name, it says San Diego.
It does say San Diego,
From San Diego. Is that where he lives right now?
I think that is his current
Okay.
location.
Because he said when they were in
New Orleans. That he
lived there for 7 years. And I was like, or like, I don't know if he said he lived there or if he's lived there for 7 years or whatever, but it's like, yeah, this is my old stomping ground. I was like, okay. And then when he gets to the hometown, he does the interview and he's like, yep, I'm taking Charity to Houston, Texas.
I know
was
where
like,
his parents live. Yeah.
Like, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, that's probably where his family is. So
yeah, it's funny he's been all over.
Aaron is Mr. Worldwide.
I know. Yeah, there's nowhere he hasn't been. Out.
Yeah, I think that covers it. Anything else you'd like to say?
I think that's good. I think we did an efficient recap and predictions.
Yeah. Again, if you want to reach out, hit us with your predictions, any questions, any stuff that you liked about this episode or what you're thinking, feel free to reach us on YouTube. You can leave a comment, Apple or Google Podcasts. Leave a review. Is there any other way to do it, or
subscribe?
Subscribe, sure. Yeah, if you're really feeling it, go ahead and subscribe. Like that's a big step. What?
I know. Yeah, you could. Turn on the notifications so you hear it every week.
Scary. I mean, you might be like Xavier, where you're afraid to fully commit to one Bachelor podcast forever. But if you take that step, like we're ready to return the love. It is mutual. It is mutual. Everyone deserves to be loved and recapped too. So thank you for the support
and the love.
And we will see you
next week. Probably around the same time.
Probably. All right, peace out.
Bye. Yeah.